What is the most heartbreaking situation your family has ever experienced? Story 1.
My husband is a great man and a wonderful father. I have known him for 17 years and have been in a relationship with him for 8 years. He has 2 children from his first marriage. They were really young when they got pregnant. He was 20 and I think she was 19. Both were raised in Catholic homes, and both sets of parents pressured them to get married. It was a typical custody arrangement, with her having primary custody and he having them every other weekend. She came from a family with significant financial resources. When it came time to file for child support, her parents supported her financially so she could cut back her working hours to about 15 hours a week. They paid for one of the best lawyers in our area, while my husband had no legal representation. As a result, my husband ended up paying an astronomical amount of money for child support in 1996, $1,000 for 2 kids. In 1996, $1,000 was a lot of money. He had to work 3 minimum wage jobs just to support himself and pay child support, but he still made it work and made time for the kids. Over the years, his ex-wife remarried someone who also had financial means. They would often take the kids on lavish trips, including multiple Disney cruises and fancy vacations across the country. The children were exposed to a lifestyle my husband couldn't afford, and as they grew into their teen years, they started drifting away from him. The constant bad-mouthing of my husband by their mother didn't help either. It was clear that there was parental alienation going on, and it took a toll on my husband. Recently, we ran into his daughter at the grocery store. She approached me to show off her new engagement ring and excitedly shared her wedding plans. Then, to our surprise, she asked my husband if he would do the honor of walking her down the aisle. It was a request we never thought she'd make, considering her previous lack of interest in maintaining a relationship with her father. I saw this as an opportunity to mend the bridge between them. As a professional photographer, I offered to capture her wedding as a gift. However, she declined, insisting that she wanted me to enjoy the wedding as a guest. It was both thrilling and confusing for us, given her past disinterest in having anything to do with her father. Since then, I have reached out to her 3 times, expressing interest in the wedding planning, but each time I have been ignored and left on read. My husband has also tried reaching out, but his attempts have been met with silence as well. As the wedding date approaches, we haven't received any invitations or updates. It's becoming increasingly clear that we might not be invited. My heart breaks for my husband as I witness the sadness and hurt in his eyes. He pretends not to care, but I know deep down it affects him greatly. While I understand that it's not my place to intervene in their relationship, I can't help but feel sad for him. I wish there was something I could do to ease his pain and make this situation hurt a little less for him.
Story 2.
My absent father wants to reconnect with me after 20 years. The reason why broke my heart. For background, my parents, Sarah and David, had a tumultuous relationship when I was growing up. They were constantly arguing, and it was clear that their marriage was falling apart. When I was 8 years old, they finally divorced, and my mom got custody of me and my younger brother, Jake. In the aftermath of the divorce, my father drifted away from our lives. He rarely called or visited, and it seemed like he had moved on completely. My mom never spoke ill of him, but it was clear that she was hurt by his absence. She did her best to provide for us and create a stable home, but there was always a void where my father should have been. Fast forward to my 28th birthday. I received an unexpected email from my father. The subject line read, "A chance to make things right." My heart skipped a beat as I opened the email. David poured out his apologies and regrets for not being there for us all those years. He explained that he had struggled with his own demons and made mistakes that he deeply regretted. In the email, David shared how he had hit rock bottom after the divorce. He had battled addiction and lost his job, which led him down a dark path. However, he had sought help, gone through rehabilitation, and had been clean for several years. He expressed his love for us and his burning desire to make amends for the past. Tears streamed down my face as I read his words. A mix of emotions flooded over me: anger, sadness, and a flicker of hope. I couldn't ignore the fact that my father had taken the initiative to reach out and acknowledge his mistakes. It was a slight glimmer of redemption, a chance for healing. After much contemplation, I decided to meet with him. We arranged to have a coffee together, just the 2 of us. As I sat across from him, I saw the weariness in his eyes, the weight of regret etched on his face. He apologized profusely, acknowledging the pain he had caused and expressing his sincere desire to rebuild our relationship. We talked for hours, sharing stories, hopes, and dreams. It was a roller coaster of emotions, but deep down, I knew that forgiveness was the only way forward. Over time, my father proved his commitment to change. He attended family gatherings, helped out when needed, and slowly regained our trust. The road to healing was not easy. There were moments of doubt and hesitation, moments where old wounds resurfaced. But through therapy, open communication, and a genuine effort to understand each other, we began to rebuild what was once broken. Today, I can proudly say that my relationship with my father is stronger than ever. We've grown closer, and he has become an integral part of my life. We've learned to appreciate the present and cherish the time we have together. While the scars of the past may always be there, we found solace in forgiveness and the power of second chances. Sometimes in life, we are presented with opportunities to mend what was shattered. It takes courage, vulnerability, and a willingness to let go of the pain. I'm grateful that my father took that leap, and I'm grateful that I found the strength to meet him halfway. Our story is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the capacity for transformation, even after years of absence and heartache.